teach the whole world music. To sing a simple melody. To sing about all the joys and good times, yeah. You see, that's the way God meant for it to be. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play. You don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. I'd love to sing a song for all the children. They are our future. Can you see? Take a little time out for the babies and teach them about love, hope, and prosperity. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Reedy. Reedy, Reedy, Reedy. This is Point of View with Cleester, Shirley, and Eula, who is yet taking care of those children. So
I'm not going to even say what you just did. I'm not going to say it. I don't think nobody called it. I hope they did. I don't think.
I
And you
said
said
Cleester,
Esther.
Shirley, and Eula.
Why
Right.
you got Clee Esther? And then you like waiting for me to say, Shirley?
It's a wonderful day. I am so thankful. Thankful to God. We are thankful. Dear God, as we sit before you to speak, we pray to you that our souls you will keep. And if we should die before we finish, we pray to you that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. And I know to some that might sound like it's like a blunt, but it's a straight to the point prayer. And I mean every word of it. And I know Rita does too, because we don't know. And
We
you hear
don't.
me say, we don't know from 1 millisecond to the next what's going to happen in
Mhm.
our lives. We don't know. So just in case, we want to make sure that we are right with God in every way. So this is Point of View with us. Okay. And we want you to know this is based on the leading of the Lord. God led me to this, and here we are. Eula will be back, though. She is coming back ASAP. Okay. So,
Hello.
Reedy, what's your topic today? Just the title of it. Do you
Uh,
want to go
uh,
first, or you want me to go
no,
first?
no, 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 no. Love is blind. Is love blind? Is love
is
truly blind?
Is love really blind? Ooh, she's going to tell us something today. My goodness. And mine is dealing with wishy-washy people.
Oh,
And we know wishy-washy people. I bet every one of us knows somebody that's wishy-washy, and hopefully it's not us,
Hello.
ourselves. But if we are, this will teach us today how to deal with wishy-washy people and deal with ourselves too. If we're wishy-washy, how to work on ourselves to not be wishy-washy, because that's a trying thing. Wishy-washy, that means instability. So let me get right on to this. I'm going to go into I have a psychologydictionary.org that I'm going to get part of it from. Is the psychologydictionary.org. And then I have one that I don't think I've ever used before, and this is authenticlife.net. Authentic life net, and it has a great article in here about dealing with wishy-washy people. I wanted to play my song, but I haven't downloaded it to where I can play it on here yet, and I didn't want to go and crunch my
Which one?
time. Huh?
Which one?
I just want to love you.
Oh, okay.
I say, hey, God blessed me to write it. He blessed me to put it out here, and I mean, people. And I tell my children, your children don't want to hear this when you start talking about love, but you're going to get into the love. But then, how do they think they got here?
Thank you. Thank you.
And then when especially mine, when I start talking about, hey, I I want a companion. I want someone to be with, someone to just be with. I want a companion.
I had to tell man I am not dead. I am not
Right,
dead.
right. And just like they have their relationships, what makes them think that we don't have
You
one?
don't want one.
Just
Yeah.
because we're up in age, we still have feelings. What I'm saying is we want someone to talk with, to spend time with, and
Amen.
someone to just be nice to and be nice to us. We want that. So hey, and my song is it's about really a wishy-washy, and I wrote it years ago, so this has nothing to do with anybody that's in my life now.
Today.
But
Amen.
but it's just the first part I wrote years ago. I've had lots of heartaches. What is it? Pain. I've had lots of heartaches, pain and despair. Sometimes I wonder if you really, really care. You
All right.
say you say one thing today, and tomorrow you change your mind. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and for
Hello.
that I just don't have the time.
Now
I
that.
just want to love you and understand your ways. Don't try to be somebody else. Just be for real for me each and every day. And then it says the second one that I got while I was recording, while I was working on it, getting ready to record it here, which was a few weeks ago. Is the second part came to me. The Lord gave it to me. He said, "It's getting late in the evening.
Oh, there it is.
Our life's sun is going down. We're getting older by the second, and we don't have time to mess around." And then I came and said, "Oh, it's getting late in the evening. Our life sun is going down." I'm not going to sing it.
Dang
We're
it.
getting older by the second, and we don't have time to mess around. It said, late, late, late. It's late, late, late. We're getting older and older and older, and we don't have time to mess around. So, okay, you can
Dang
hear it.
it.
You can hear it. You can hear it. You can even go and buy it for just one with the taxes, $1.07 on most of the what is it, the radio stations and all of that online and everything. But it's a song that, I mean, you really need to hear it, okay? You really need to hear it along with all the other music. And it's not a promo, but it has so much to do with this wishy-washy today. And
Yeah.
I've been reluctant because I'm a gospel artist. I'm a leader of a church, and I'm an evangelist and everything. And I've been reluctant to really, really talk about the song. But if God didn't want us to have love and to give love, he never would have made us to be people of love and set it up like it is. Okay.
That's it.
So, hey, that's it. So it's getting late in the evening, and people listen to me. Our life, sun is going down. Nothing, there's nothing. The inevitable is inevitable. I'm telling you. So we don't have time to mess around. We don't have time to be wishy-washy. And then we've got to teach wishy-washy people how to treat us who are stable, okay? So if
Mhm.
they can treat us right, then we have to move around. Reedy, what do you say? Get some.
Here's some yonder.
All right.
Here's some
Now,
yonder.
all right. Authentic life. It's a counseling site, okay? Dealing with wishy-washy people. And this is by Diane Crestman. And it's Crestman. Okay. So if you have a person who is wishy-washy, unreliable, and commitment phobic, and they use the WC, okay? I feel your pain. This is what she said. I'm going to increase my font here. She
Okay.
said, I feel your pain. Okay, there it is. That's much better. Okay. And then she says, land gets me when I say that. Unreliability, last minute canceled plans. Has anybody ever been around by somebody like that, or have you ever done it yourself? Okay, unreliability, last minute canceled plans, and wish washiness is a far too common complaint in therapy sessions, she says. She says it seems as though there is a collective uncertainty in how we should be dealing with wishy washy people. Because, we don't like to hurt people's feelings. At least I don't. But then, when it comes to time and that, well, anyway, let me go on.
Sometimes you got to.
Before accepting the constant state of disappointment, we should recognize that attempts to cultivate a meaningful relationship or just dealing with wishy-washy people reaches a threshold where it has a negative impact on our mental health. And it does, because it bothers us. It bothers us. And then if we keep dealing with these people, it's in our mind, and it gets to where it just disrupts our life if we let it. So stop feeling guilty about setting boundaries. This is some of her advice. If a friend or family member was stealing from you, we would do something, or you would do something. Either tell them to stop stealing, or perhaps end the relationship. The point of us, the point is, stealing of things would not be tolerated. So why then are we so tolerant of the stealing of our time? Because that's what it is. People stealing our time by being unreliable and being wishy-washy. Unreliability and an inability to make or keep commitments is a passive, you hear this? Aggressive form of theft. You hear that? It's a
Yeah.
passive aggressive form of theft. It steals your time, which is a precious commodity. It's getting late in the evening. Let me tell you now.
And the sun
Time,
is going down.
it's going down. Time theft is often tolerated because of the passive aggressive nature. We don't see it as a form of disrespect and theft, but it is. This woman is on point. The next thing she tells us to do is clarify the meaning of plans. Okay, so plans are often canceled for weak excuses, such as something else came along or I changed my mind at the last minute. We've all heard that. We might have also done it, but sometimes it's not because we're unreliable or we're wishy-washy. It might be for another reason. And many times it's legitimate, and sometimes you have to do it for your own sanity and peace of mind. So a
Yeah.
client recently had vacation plans canceled at the last minute because her friend decided she did not feel like going. My client, who had a stressful job, had been looking forward to going to the beach and recharging for months. The cancellation felt like a significant betrayal. My client and her friend, I'm not good at that, had very different perspectives about commitment levels when they made plans. I would ask for clarification on the meaning of plans for the serial cancelers, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
perhaps
Right.
making plans to them is just a placeholder unless
And
something else comes
exactly,
along. Uh-huh.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
So perhaps to you, it means something different. It means a commitment. Knowing this difference in perspective is a great way to minimize the confusion that comes with dealing with wishy-washy people. And sometimes, I don't know whether it was on point of view here or on the single point of view that I do sometimes. When I talked about being an afterthought, sometimes we're an
Yeah.
afterthought.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Was it on here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, being an afterthought, it's when you're convenient until somebody else comes along. Okay, and
Hmm.
then you're out of the picture. Okay, so call out minimizing. WC friends, that means the wishy-washy people, and family members are great at minimizing their behaviors. What's the big deal? You've heard people say that. People say, what's the big deal? Well, you hurt my feelings, or you shouldn't have done this. Well, what's the big deal? Oh, people have the nerve. You could have still gone without me. See, yes, they do that, but you
Yeah.
made plans with
Uh-huh.
me. And we
Uh-huh.
had this all set up. So why are you
Yep.
getting so upset?
Yep.
Or familiar justifications. This is how people act. So they
Yep.
will often minimize their inconsiderate behavior while attempting to shine a light of hard to please, demanding, and needy behavior on you. People are good at the blame game. They try to turn it around on you. And if you're not careful, you'll end up thinking it was you.
Thinking it was you. Yep.
Yes, but see,
Yeah.
when people do that, they're professionals at that. They're professionals at that, turning the blame. And I've had people do me like that. I have had people do me like that, not just presently, but in the past too. Where they do some mean, stubborn, awful things, and then try to make you think or make me think that it was me. It was my fault. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
this
I
is
like it.
an example of gaslighting, which is a psychological manipulation. So when people are wishy-washy, there's a psychotic break there somewhere, and
Somewhere.
we have to realize that. Yes, considering opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is defined as a benefit, profit, or value of something that must be given up to
Mm-hmm.
acquire or achieve something else. So since every resource, that means land, money, time, etc., can be put to alternative uses, every action, choice, or decision has an associated opportunity cost. It costs something for everything, for everything. So she said, your time is valuable, and when it is manipulated, unreliable people make you pay an opportunity cost. You hear that? So
Yes.
no more
Hello.
opportunity cost for me.
Hello.
I am not paying any more opportunity costs. So now we talk about social isolation. Loneliness and social isolation has been linked to depression, low self-esteem, and shame. If you are experiencing lack of social contact because of WCs, that's a wishy-washy, unreliable uh, people, okay? It's a manipulation of your time. You should understand these mental health implications. It is time for you to set a boundary. We all have to set boundaries sooner or later, because if we don't, we're the ones that are going to be suffering while they're going on doing the
Yep.
same old thing over and over and over again. But you know what? You break that cycle and don't let it be done to you.
Yep.
Okay? So,
Yep.
suggestions for dealing with wishy-washy people: don't wait. Resolving conflict is unnerving for many people. I don't like conflict. I don't think anybody does.
No.
We don't like conflict. Okay, they avoid it like a plague. But I recommend not avoiding having this discussion. Avoiding conflict only makes one feel more hurt and more resentful. Feel confident and assured that you are worthy of having your time respected. You are not being mean or inconsiderate by expressing your feelings and insisting on respect. And so people get that in your minds. You're not being mean. You're not being inconsiderate for claiming something that belongs to you, and that's your time.
Amen.
Your time belongs to you. It's your life. And that time you're spending with these wishy-washy people, with them going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you could be doing something productive with that time. Okay. So set some boundaries. Don't
Preach.
wait.
Hey,
Now,
preach.
boundary
Hey,
setting with WWUCP. If
hey.
you if you do not know what to say, use this basic boundary setting format. It allows you to express how you feel while minimizing the risk of creating defensiveness. Here's one thing you can say: I feel blank, whatever, when you do blank, so you can fill it in. So examples are: I feel manipulated when you cancel our plans at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Or I feel sad that I missed the opportunity to go out and have fun on my only day off. And I know we've all been disappointed like that. You
Yes.
sit around and you wait on people, or you wait on someone to call. They have plans. Or if they say, I'm going to call you at a certain time, especially, if you have very special feelings for people. I'm going to call you today, tomorrow, or I'll call you back this evening, or this, whatever. Or I'm going to come by and get you. We're going to go out and get something to eat. And then they don't show up. That
Mm.
hurts. That hurts, by golly gee, that
Yes, it
really hurts.
does.
Okay.
Yes, it
So
does.
this is telling us what we need to do. And I know it hurts.
I'm
It
still.
hurts.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay.
Go
It
ahead.
hurts. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, but it's better that we preserve ourselves and conserve our energy and our time, our sanity. Don't lose it behind somebody else who's footloose and fancy free, and they don't care about anybody else's time but their own. So we have to take some steps. So we have to use appropriate levels of firmness when setting boundaries. So what we do is start with the lower level of firmness and increase as necessary. So this is really good advice. This lady is on point. A lower level of firmness, and this is authentic life.net. Okay, authentic life.net. So a lower level of firmness might include explaining your feelings of disappointment. Lifting the firmness level up a little would include a more assertive body language, such as changing the tone. Be mindful that when you set a boundary, you never use an apologetic tone. You hear that? When you
Mm-hmm.
set a boundary, never use a pitiful apologetic tone.
That's
You've
right.
got to be firm. She says, do it with firmness, okay? With a level of firmness. And then if you have to increase that firmness, gradually increase it, but do not use an apologetic tone, because you are not the one that needs to be doing the apologizing. Hopefully, okay. Use a tone of voice which
Mm-hmm.
is confident and assured, but kind. What is it? A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Okay, so give the WUCs the benefit of the doubt that they do not understand the impact of their behaviors. So ask for what you want and need in terms of commitment and reliability. For example, canceling plans at the last minute without a good reason is frustrating. It hurts. It hurts depending on what it is. I need 24 hours notice unless it is an emergency. Unless it is. And some people can be cruel, and they might say, well, I thought about it a long time and it was just worrying me. And so I just went ahead and said, oh, we just won't do it. Things like that,
Mm-hmm.
thinking about themselves. Well, you shouldn't have gone that far. It just hurts. It hurts. It hurts, especially when you're planning something and
Right.
you're not you didn't initiate the planning session.
Right. Right.
And you're planning and planning and planning and looking forward to this, and the date is set, the time is set, and everything. Then they disappear,
Disappear.
like they used to say, they just appear. They
Disappear.
they just appear. They just gone. That's cruel. But people, that's a psychological flaw in people. That's a psychological problem when they're habitual wishy-washy people, okay? Double-minded, unstable people. That is a mental problem, okay? So after determining, so now we can go to using higher levels of firmness when necessary. After determining your needs and asking for what you there's some typos in here. After determining your needs and asking for what you want and to see how they respond. If your needs and desires continue to be ignored, you have some tough decisions to make. This may include limiting contact and declining future invitations. The relationship may only be able to continue in a superficial manner. You may need to face the fact that it is time to find new friends. All right. So she
Oh,
says, I hope this was helpful. And she said, you can follow the link here to sign up for her mental health newsletter. And like I said, her name is, let me go back up here to the top. Diane Crestman, and that's Crestman. All right. So that's mine. I'm not going to go into the other one because that's 27 minutes, and I've probably about 23 minutes I use. So it's up to you, Cleester. Talking about love.
love,
Love.
love, love on my mind. Hey, that's a feeling I can't resist. Hey.
All right.
Ah. Okay, mine is Love Blind.
Okay.
Okay, this is by Aaron Ben Zaids,
Okay.
PhD, from Psychology Today.
Okay.
Okay, it starts out, love is not blind. It sees more and not less because it sees more, it is willing to see less.
Okay.
Real house, okay? And it says love is blind and marriage is the institution for the blind. Love is blind and love is blind and marriage is the institution for the blind. They ought to quit that. Many a man has fallen in love with the girl in a light so dim he would not have chosen a suit by it. That was Maurice Chevalier. I have nothing to do with this. This is what the article says.
That's all right.
Lovers are often blind to the beloved negative traits and trend to create an idealized image of the beloved.
Mm-hmm.
We often love the idealized object rather than the real one. Are we then blind when we fall in love and when we remain it, when we maintain it? In a surprising number of cases, people fall in love with their idealized vision of their lovers, or
Mm-hmm.
with the idea of being in love, rather
Mm-hmm.
than actually reality of their lovers. Indeed, people often say they are living out their dreams with their beloved.
Mm-hmm.
Positive illusions are in fact central to the romantic love.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people that like the fact of being in love, but they're not in love. They
In.
just love the fact of love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know
like
what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the love, the fact of being in love. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lovers do not see clearly, if at all, their beloved's negative traits and tend to create the idealized image of the beloved.
Mm-hmm.
One reason for idealizing the beloved is that we tend to evaluate positively that which we desire. Our
Mm-hmm.
inclination towards something often leads to its positive evaluation. Idealization of the I'm gonna get that of the beloved may also be considered as a kind of defense mechanism,
Mhm.
enabling us to justify our partly arbitrary choice.
Mhm.
A similar defense mechanism is typical of people who have recently bought a new car, and subsequently spent a lot of time reading its advertisements and avoid reading those of other cars they might have bought instead.
Mhm.
Men seem to idealize women more than women idealize men.
Mhm.
For example, a survey of love songs has found that females were more often to be described as heavenly or angels than males. That's
Mhm.
true. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. What they call men, uh, its hearts are stony. You ever heard that? A man's heart is stonier.
Okay.
You never
I
heard
don't.
that?
I don't know. Oops! I just pulled my hair thing
You
out.
got to pull your head off. Yeah, I've heard that a man's heart is stonier, which means his heart is harder than a woman's.
Than a woman's.
Uh-huh. But then I've seen men that so soft hearted that
Yeah.
you can just about put anything, give them any sad
Mhm.
song,
Mhm.
anything sad, they fall
Mhm.
for because they're
Right.
soft hearted.
That's right.
I know
That's
Lewis
right.
used to he would put that out there that he was hard as a rock, but he was really soft hearted.
Soft hearted.
He was
Mhm.
really soft hearted. He really was.
Mhm. Mhm.
The
Yep.
idealization of the beloved is more typical of love at first sight
Mhm.
and the initial stages of love when spontaneous evaluations made on little information has an important role.
Mhm.
If the person fits into the schema underlying the spontaneous evaluation, then the person is evaluated positively. When more information is available, this information must also take into account negative aspects.
Mhm.
Initial ignorance of the person's characteristics, which is expressed in idealization. But my tongue don't want to do right today.
That's all
Which
right.
is expressed by idealization, is later replaced with a more realistic picture based upon the new and more detailed information. That is true. Many divorcees, many divorcees testify that
Mhm.
they cannot understand how they could have been so blind to their partner's characteristics. The
Mhm.
lover's blindness is not necessarily due to the come on misperception of the beloved trait. It may also be a matter of distorted evaluations in the sense of focusing upon
Mhm.
the positive qualities only.
Mhm.
You think you're seeing something, but you're seeing something else because she got your eyes gone. Tell you what you
Mhm.
want to hear and all that kind of stuff, and then next thing you know, you're married to it and you don't want to be. That's why
Ooh.
the divorcees. You're married to somebody you thought was one thing. I did it. I did it. I swear to God, I did. I
Mhm.
married somebody I thought was one thing, but they
Mhm.
turned it back to be something totally different. And they didn't show that till after
After
we
you
was
got
married.
married.
Yep, they didn't show that side till after we got married.
Mhm.
And I ran like a scalded dog.
So you got some yonder.
I got some young so bad he just thought he saw me. I thought she was her. Nope.
that, that was a figment of your imagination.
I'm telling you, he was dreaming.
What he say? Just my imagination
Watching, he
running
was
away
running
with
away
me.
with me.
I know that's right.
Most married people are able to indicate their partner's character defects, physical defects, and bad habits. Moreover, we may love an evil person, an intelligent person, an aesthetically unpleasant person, or an
Mhm.
arrogant person while knowing this person to be so. The
Mm-hmm.
cognitive change of gaining additional negative information about the object does not necessarily lead to separation.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can work it out.
Sure
In my
can.
case, I was not willing.
So
I
you were
was
the
not
party that didn't want
willing.
to work it out,
I did not want to work it out. No, I did
huh?
not. Because he turned out to be a whole nother person. No siree.
Oh wow.
However, if love is sustained, the cognitive change must be accompanied by an evaluative change compensating for the new negative information. In the light of the complexity typical of love and the fact that lovers are often unwilling to face reality, self deception, and mistakes are likely to occur.
Mm-hmm.
Occur, 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 occur. See,
Take your time.
that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm messing up.
Oh,
Occur.
okay. Well,
Okay, I'm
speak.
trying to say occur, right? OCCUR, occur.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Okay, we can say it, Shirley.
Occur.
And what I say,
You just about said what I said.
occur,
Oh,
occur,
you said occur. Okay. Occur.
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 Anyway, it
Occur.
happened.
Uh huh.
Anyway,
Uh huh.
it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can be wrong in identifying the beloved's attitude since the person can easily fake it or hide it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, We can also be wrong
Mm-hmm.
identifying our own loving attitude. One reason being that sexual desire can be confused with romantic love. That is the truth.
There you go. What you say?
I'm gonna keep on going. I'm not done. I got a whole lot of examples.
Woo!
Lord have mercy. This is especially true in the first stages of romantic love when sexuality plays a dominant role. Or you can make them fall in love with that dominant role stuff. Hey, according to True tradition, the love test used in order to prevent such confusions among lovers is to spend a night in his mistress's arms without any sexual consummation. What's wrong with him?
Well,
God, he done tripping. He tripping.
it's possible.
With who?
It's possible.
For you.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. And when everybody wake up in the morning, I be saying, look like the cat that disappeared. Eyes wide, looking from side to
It's
side. Now you know y'all wasn't supposed to do no.
oh well.
Oh my God.
God give us strength in the name of Jesus. Now I'm gonna let you finish yours, but He will give us strength now. But then
Woo. Oh.
one thing I say, don't if you make it through it one time, don't put yourself in that predicament again.
Which one? The laying down in your lover's arm without the.
Yeah, that one, the one where you don't have any intimate contact.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know who they
Yeah,
listen
but
to.
it's possible. I know that for a fact. But then another thing, you have to use common sense too. You know that, reading, just like you're saying, you can't put yourself in that position and just
Yeah.
think it's gonna go like that all the time.
All the time. Yes,
Hmm.
indeed.
Okay.
If you think it's gonna go like that all the time, you with the wrong feller. People who are in love for a prolonged period of time maintain the idealized notion of their beloved for the whole period. As Solomon, who has been happily married to his wife Ziba for the last 40 years, says, When I look at my wife now, I still see the young and beautiful Ziva. Is it Ziva or
I,
Ziva?
what is it? Z-I?
Ziva.
You can say either way. It seems like, well, just however you want to pronounce it.
Okay, Ziva, I first met. Now that's love. That is utter love. You can't confuse
Mm-hmm.
that. 40 years and you still see the same woman you met.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, he was either in love or she was really good on that first night.
Uh-huh. You know, but when people are really, you know how it is when you're really in
Yes.
love.
Yes.
Yeah, you just grow
Yes.
older and
Uh-huh.
older
And
and
oh
more,
yeah.
love each other more and more.
And more. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Velma, you
Yep.
still on there? Velma's on here. Velma, you still on here? Velma, you've been married almost 50 years, haven't you? Velma can tell us
Yeah,
some.
Velma, she's there and she said your time is wait, see, I done lost it. Your time is not important to them and don't call. Oh, okay.
Oh,
She
that's
going
about the
back to that.
other subject.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this is about the
So I'm
other
just trying to
subject.
see.
Yeah.
But Velma, if you're on here, because you and Leon's been married probably 50 years, huh? I'm not sure.
45. She said 45.
45 years. So she
45.
could. Do you? How do you see Leon? Do you see him as the same, or in looking at him, or you just develop the like we see each other as we grow? Well, tell us how you see him.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They've been together
Uh huh.
45. Yes,
Uh
indeed.
huh.
That's
Uh huh.
right.
That's a
Ooh.
blessing. That's a blessing.
Velma, I don't think I had one for 45 days. Not 45 days. Somebody was a running. That's why I keep on tennis shoes.
but, but
She said she
okay,
sees him better. He's more settled.
yeah,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. So you're
All right.
going
Now that's
going
experience. That's
older and
experience.
gracefully
Yes.
together. Right,
That's
right.
experience. Thank you,
Uh,
Velma.
Thank you, Velma.
Uh, yeah, next 45 minutes out here, I'm going to try to make an hour. But I ain't making no promises.
Hi, Damita and Glenda McGilvery and
Uh-huh.
Velma and Ruby.
And
Ruby's out
Ruby.
here. Yes, this is good. So yes, you girl, because like I would make like the first two times I might have made a year and a half each and not from lack of trying. I'm serious, not from lack of try.
Yeah.
You know what? Really, I tried. I did try, but then I had to get some.
Get some yonder.
Okay, but
I
then
tried too. But
when
when
the
they
other
like
day,
fried chicken more than like
oh, Leon.
every time you get ready to find me at the chicken shack.
Well, at least you knew where to find him. Some people don't know. You knew if he's not here, if I can't get in touch with him, oh, I know where he is. He's at
At
the
the
chicken
chicken place.
shack.
Yes,
Yes,
at the
yes.
chicken place, just greasing. Just greasing.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
my God.
So,
Now,
okay,
oh
go,
Lord have mercy.
go ahead, Reedy.
Leon said, what y'all
We're
talking
talking.
about?
Cleester wants to know if love is really blind.
Oh, but dealing with that last man I had, I know it was blind. Either the love was blind or I was blind.
Okay, okay. Oh, Reedy. Okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, where was I at? Okay, as Simon Blackburn nicely puts it, perhaps we prefer Cupid to have dim sight rather than to be totally blind. But it's
Cupid can.
also Cupid could have kept his arrow. He could have shot him with a bullet.
Yeah, see how my sister. you you can. So Cupid needs to get another weapon, huh?
Oh, oh,
Oh my goodness. So okay. See, that's clear. Point of view. Point of view.
oh,
Yes. Okay.
oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, okay, Cupid. Okay, Cupid. Okay. Cupid have dim sight rather than to be totally blind. But it's
Uh-huh.
also just as well that he is not totally clear sighted. He should have been in my case. It seems that positive illusions, that's what he was doing, tricks, and misty eyed view rather than either clear sightedness or complete blindness are most favorable for enduring love. It is not always the case that to know him is to love him. Quite often, greater knowledge reduces love. That's what I should have done. Got the knowledge.
Greater knowledge. That's why they say
I
go to
should have. I should have
counseling or
said,
something. You got to
"Hey,
pray and let God put you together, And so
amen."
we know we didn't do that sometimes. But
Yes. Well,
yeah, but
okay.
we learned from it and God blessed us to
Yes.
survive through it.
Yeah, he should bless me to
Um,
make it all the way to Louisiana without killing something. With, with the lack of clear positive correlation between one's knowledge and one's happiness. As
my
Ingrid Bergman
clothes.
noted, happiness is good health and a bad memory. That's what I should have got. I got good health. I should have had the bad memory. Did
Bad
not
memory.
remember what chicken house he was at. You go in
We,
there, you slide in, you slide back.
but see, look at the experience helps you to talk about it to other people who might not have gone through it, and you might prevent them from going through it.
Well, if they know the people I know, don't go through it.
Okay. So, but one thing I did, and the thing about this is that people that are watching us, they know us, and that's a good thing. So they know we're telling,
Oh no.
but but when Elder Davis and I were married, and God put us together. God put us together.
Yes, he
There was
did.
no courtship or anything.
Yes,
We
he
didn't
did.
have any of that. He's put us together and we got married. And I thank God for that because that's what I asked him for. And I had said, God, I've had relationships. And so I said, I've had relationships, I've dated and all that. I said, God, I don't want to do that anymore. So
Uh,
when you send somebody to me, and Elder Davis and I were married for 14 years and 10 months exactly. But when we got to our fifth year in marriage, then we celebrated it like it was our 25th year. And I am so thankful to God that He led me to ask Elder Davis if we could celebrate 5 years. And that counted up like it's equal to 25 years to me. Okay. And so he consented to, we had a nice meal with the congregation and different people we invited over. Let me see, was it White's Cafeteria? Was over in Wynwood Village. We went over there and we celebrated and had a wonderful anniversary celebration. And I
mm-hmm.
am so thankful that I did that and that God led me to do that because we didn't make 25 years together.
Uh-huh.
God took Elder Davis into eternity at 14 years, and 10 months, but we had a wonderful, wonderful life because I let God do it,
Yep, yep.
because God did it.
Mm.
Okay, so I had a happy, happy life with Ella Davis. So I just want to say that. So I didn't ever think about, anyway,
Yeah,
Cupid.
because when I got into my 5 days, I got a fifth too, and I drank it. Didn't
I'm
make
going
it to the
I'm
sixth.
turning the camera off for just a few seconds.
Okay, but I'm through though, Shirley. Ooh,
Oh,
I've been too tickled today. I
okay,
have
but
been too
everybody,
tickled.
I'm sure that everybody got what we were saying. So it is,
I hope you did.
but Clee, is love blind?
Uh, it turned out to
Sometimes.
be sometimes yes. It
Hmm.
really hasn't. It was like your wishy washy thing. It
Uh-huh.
really hasn't proven either way. It wasn't
Okay.
proven either way.
But it can be because there are so many people that put up with a
All this,
lot of things. And
yes,
so that means
yes,
they turn the blind eye
blind eye,
to
right.
different things that happen. And it's because they really love the person, truly
Mm-hmm.
love the person, and they believe that the person, and really, really, it does happen. There have been women and men who have believed that God was going to turn the
And
situation
yes,
around, and
yes.
He turned it completely around,
Amen. Sure. Yes, indeed.
for
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
good.
yes.
Yes. And
Yep.
I remember Elder Davis talking about one of the parishioners, one person that he used to fellowship with. They were in the same congregation, and he said the man was so mean to his wife. So he was really, really mean to his wife. And then after she transitioned into eternity, then he got saved. And then Elder Davis said he was saved when he was testifying. I wish my wife could see me now.
Mm.
I wish, because she had prayed that he would be
That he
saved,
would be,
but she didn't get to see him naturally saved. But
right.
because she was praying, probably spiritually, God would let her see him in the future as
Uh-huh.
saved.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yes. And then I remember, I've told you about this too. These relationships, to me, it's a very serious thing. And my thing is, talking about the wishy-washy people, going back to that too.
Uh-huh.
You can be at home minding your own business,
Yep.
and you get a phone call or something, and then they just, you develop into what you think is a relationship. It's
Relationship.
going on and on, everything is going wild, and then here they come with this wishy-washy stuff,
Miss. Yes. Yes.
with
Yes.
this
Wishy
wishy-washy
washy.
stuff.
Yes.
And that stuff hurts. And so that's why that lady was telling us that we have to draw the line somewhere. We have to
Uh-huh.
set boundaries. And with this love, we know if a person loves us or not, like Rita was talking about. We know if people loves us. People turn a blind eye, like I say. But if he is cussing you out, kicking and beating on you and mean to the children and
Yes.
all of that,
Yes.
that
Yes.
is not love.
That. Nope.
Not love for you.
Nope.
Now you might love
I,
somebody else.
I love you. That's why I do you like that.
Yeah, and then some
Yes.
some people buy that stuff. They
Yes,
they
they
really
do.
think, well, he loved me. If he didn't love me, he wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Child, you better get yourself
Yep.
somewhere where you can be safe.
Yes,
And another
indeed.
thing, okay, here I go on this
Go
thing.
on, go on, go
I
on.
tell
Because
people,
there's people that need to hear this
because
stuff.
I've been through the domestic violence. I've been, yeah, yeah,
I've been through it too, but they
yeah.
called the police on me. So I'm just kidding.
And so I thank God that He brought me. See, oh yeah, but I know. Okay, yeah. So anyway, and so it doesn't feel good when you think that someone loves you and then they're mistreating you,
Yeah.
and then they treat other people better than
Better.
they
Yeah.
treat you.
Yes. Yes.
And that really hurts. But I thank God that I was able to get out of it, and then from not only for my good, but for the other party's good too, so that we could go
Uh-huh.
on and live our lives
Yep.
separately,
Yep.
okay, and
Yep.
be successful in whatever way we're supposed to be
In your
successful
endeavors.
in,
Right.
and then yet be friends and be what is it, cordial because we have children
That's
together.
right.
And
That's
so
right.
I have no ill will, no ill feelings toward anybody that I have been, my married to. None of that, because we're all just like family to each other.
That's right.
We're
That's right.
family to each
That's
other. That's the way we are. It took some time to get here,
hard time.
but we're here. We're
We
here.
got
And I
here.
thank God for that. I really do. But ladies and gentlemen, because men are abusers too.
Yes, they
Women
are.
are
Women
abusers
are.
too. That's what
Yes,
I mean.
they
But
are.
but
Yes,
I
they
wanted
are.
to I wanted to get to this. I remember, and I said this before. It hurt my feelings. So, and even when I think about it, there was someone said one time. She said, "My, even I miss my husband, even though he was mean to me." That hurt my feelings so bad. He was mean to her. Now he's gone into eternity, and she misses him. And I don't fault her for that, because you can love a person and they can be mean and hateful to you. It doesn't stop you from loving
No,
them,
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
but you have to protect yourself.
Yep.
You have to move around. You cannot stay and be mistreated,
You can
misused,
love from afar.
abused. You can love, that's right,
You can
from a
love from
distance.
afar. Yes, you
Like
can.
Mama used to say, you can treat them out of feed them out of a long handled
Long handle
spoon.
spoon. Yes.
Uh-huh. You can
Yes.
do it at a distance, but ladies and gentlemen, please, what happened, Reedy? Is
It's
it storming?
yes.
Okay, we're supposed to get something this evening. Okay, we're gonna get off of here. Okay, but
Okay, because I got
we
something to
love
do
you
too.
all, Velma. Thank you so much. We're gonna have to. I hope we're gonna get in touch with you, Velma, and Damita, and we have several people on with us today. Thank you so much, Glenda, and
Joe Carolyn. Hello, Joe
Ruby. Joe
Carolyn.
is on. Okay, thank you
Hey,
so much for
Ruby.
being with us, and we hope and pray that something has been said today that will motivate, and we can share this information with other people. And then you can even share the webcast. And I know Velma shares it. Thank you so much, Velma. And I know Joe, she shares it too. Thank you so much
Okay.
for being with us. And we hope we,
Yes,
we,
indeed.
we said something that will help someone. And Rita's in the dark now.
Yes, I
All
am.
right.
It's the always coming something. Yes.
Okay, Lee.
Okay.
Love you, Reedy.
Love you.
Love you,
Talk to you
everybody.
later.
We'll talk with you
Bye, bye,
later.
bye. Bye, bye.
Okay. Talk with you later. Okay.